Melvin in the chat saying pink across, finally lost it. Dude, I so have not lost it. No, Muck is, I legitimately think Muck is good. This is one of those things where I'm like, okay, this is definitely a viable Pokemon. I'm just building, like, this is an idea I built not because it's cool or funny or I like love the Mon, although I do like Alolan Muck. This is just an idea because I really do believe it's solid. I wholeheartedly believe in Alolan Muck, and this move right here is why. This move right here is why. Pursuit. So good, man. I mean, like, okay, so here's the thing about Pursuit, right? Let's talk pros and cons. No healing. That's pretty much it. Pros, oh my gosh. Toxic, Spike, Absorption, for one. It's a nice one. Pursuit plus Poison Touch. Guys, this is the huge one, right? When you Pursuit something, normally Pursuit only works on Pokemon that are going to take a lot of damage from a 40 base power Dark move. With Pursuit on Alolan Muck, you can really hurt stuff that normally wouldn't care about Pursuit. Stuff like a Kyurem has a chance to get poisoned. An Ival, which takes 0 from Pursuit, has a chance to get poisoned. Stuff like Moltres, birds, you know, like Zapdos, things like Koko, things like even like a Zamazenta, although probably not much because that can kind of do a lot to Muck. So you can just like, you know, Terapagos, right? So many things that don't really care all that much about taking a Pursuit. Alomomola even, right? You can Pursuit Trap block that from switching, force it to, you know, get poisoned eventually. So this is, yeah, this just seems, I think it's just a really good Pokemon. And also, its special defense is crazy. 105, 100 with an AV max invested is like so fat, dude. It's so fat. Like, let me show you this. Also, my nose has been a little bit off today, so I may sound a little under the weather. I feel totally fine, but there's been some serious congestion, so pardon that. Let's just like Charizard, just to give you an idea, right? Ooh, what are we doing? Assault Vest. Look at that. Your Weather Ball's doing, that's actually honestly a lot more than I thought. Zarbai is crazy, but you're still taking 40 max. Like, that's not a ton. What's another one? Let's do like a Specs Lele. Specs Lele Moonblast doing 32 maximum. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Other moves I'm honestly a little unsure about. There are a lot that I think could be cool. I think Rock Slide. I think you absolutely run Knockoff in Pursuit. Actually, honestly, I'd say moves. You definitely run Pursuit, probably Knockoff, probably Poison Jab, Rock Slide I think is a big one, Shadow Sneak I could see, Fire or Rock Slide / Stone Edge I could see. A lot of good moves on this guy, honestly. Yeah, Rilla seems like a really good partner. Completely agree. I did have that in the plan. I had a plan in my head for what I want this team to look like, and I'll let you guys know soon. Drain Punch just seems good. Like, it's like T-Tar, which is kind of fun. Not Gunk Shot. You'd want to run P-Jab. I don't think Ice Punch is super worthwhile. This thing gets Moonblast? Really? Why did they give it Moonblast? Okay. Well, alright. It's got Moonblast. Okay, Muck. Didn't realize you were that guy. Or that amorphous blob, I guess. Yeah, that's crazy. We could even, maybe, we could also run Poison Fang. But I feel like Poison Jab's probably the better move. Yeah, I guess I'll put Ice Punch on the list. I don't really see us running it because we're going with a full Spidef set. Like, you know, this is going to be primarily a defensive Pokemon. So I don't really foresee Ice Punch being worthwhile, we're still going to get decimated by Gliscor, and we'd still just rather poison a Landorus anyway, so... Well, we can decide the set a little bit later. I'm thinking probably Poison Jab and Rock Slide are like what I'm most inclined to go with, but it depends on how the team shakes up. But Rock Slide being able to, I mean, it probably won't kill a ZardY though. It definitely won't. I mean, we'll check, but like, right? Actually, okay, that's doing a lot more than I thought. Volcarona is probably dying then. Never mind. Oh no, that's kind of a fat one though. Okay, yeah, no bulk invested Volk is taking the L there. Yeah, so Rock Slide could be fun too. Yeah, but Poison Jab having that over 50% poison chance and just being like a generally good attack probably makes it a good move. Muck and not even on a Monday. This is insane, folks. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but no, that's like... It's so wild they gave this thing Moonblast. Like, for what? What are we doing? But yeah, we can settle entirely on the moves a little bit later. Excuse me. Had to sneeze there. Been one of those days. Not sure why. Feel totally fine. Maybe I'll wake up tomorrow feeling terrible. For now, I'm feeling okay, but the nose is a little bit off. I'll try to take it easy tonight, get a nice rest. But first, we game. So, Muck. Let me talk about where I was thinking with Muck. I'm gonna blow my nose first, though. I'll try to turn away here. All right, hopefully you didn't hear that. Let me know if you did. Don't want to gross anybody out, other than with Muck, of course. The only thing I want grossing you out today is the toxic sludge hurled from this nice little guy right here. So, Alomomola is the first thing we're going to be adding. I know this is not a shocker to anybody. Alo doesn't like being poisoned. It's a physically defensive Pokemon. Muck has no healing. Alo keeps it really healthy. Muck can switch in on all the special attackers that threaten Alo. It's really just a match made in heaven. There's no, like, this is hands down, not even close. Alo is the best partner for Muck, and I will not apologize for that. So yeah, Wish, Protect, Flip Turn, and probably it's going to be Toxic. Doesn't hurt to poison everything. Yeah, I mean, we might go full Fizz Def on this. I'll probably start with the standard set, but if Muck really is like doing what it needs to do on the special side, we might just go full like that. So yeah, as I said, I mean, you know, cue the Alo addict emojis in chat if you like, but this is very clearly the right move here. I mean, it's like an Alo. I'm not going to put in the, you know, not going to... What was I going to say? Not going to put in the item yet, but probably it'll end up being boots. So this is the core I'm confident in. We're absolutely running Alo Muck. No question about it. Muck does have decent HP, which is kind of a downside here. So we aren't going to recover that much more than 50% health, but it's still a really good partner. That's another reason we might actually want to max invest HP in Alo is to transfer more to Muck. So I'll say we'll kind of consider going that route for now. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to see one live without the stupid pink fish, check out like tons of my recent lives. Like, I actually have no idea what you're complaining. Like, Alo appears on maybe like a quarter of total lives, like half the Natdex ones, and like not that often on the OU ones. So I don't know what you're complaining about. I think you just like griping. Anyway, today's my birthday, and you had to use a Lowland Muck today. I'm sorry, Zachary Zorro. I didn't realize that you were not a fan, but happy birthday. Woodhammer. So, yeah, the next thing I wanted to add is Rillaboom for a few reasons. This core has a lot of synergy. That I just thought was super cool. So, first, and kind of, I guess, the most obvious thing, right? Muck has one weakness, and it is ground. Rillaboom helps with that, because it weakens Earthquake, which is the most popular physical ground move. So that's kind of nice for ya boy Muck. The next thing is that Alomomola really hates Ogerpon. That's like its main issue. Now, it doesn't hate it nearly as much in Natdex, not nearly as much because it has, excuse me, they hate seeing true love in action. Yeah, not nearly as much because it has Toxic, but it still doesn't like Ogerpon, and Rillaboom is a really solid Woger answer. On top of that, extra grassy terrain healing is nice for keeping Alolan Muck around too. We don't want to be counting entirely on Wish. So this just seemed to me like a really strong core, but my thoughts went a little further than that. There's something all three of these Pokemon hate and are quite susceptible to, and that is status. Mola just being so passive is getting poisoned all the time. Alolan Muck, right? You guys heard me say earlier, one thing I like to do is Pursuit Trap the birds, but you know what that leads to? That leads to poison. I mean, that leads to Para, and that leads to burn, whether it's, Zapdos or Moltres. And this Muck, it's going to be clicking a ton of contact moves. Pursuit, Knock, P-Jab. It wants to use this Poison Touch, so it is going to be using contact moves, and this is a tier where there are Flame Body Heatrans, Flame Body Moltres, Static Zapdos, tons of contact abilities. Rillaboom, also full contact move Pokemon, hates the birds, loves how Muck poisons the birds, but here's the problem, guys. Alolan Muck can sure knock off a bird. It can even Pursuit Trap. Over the course of a longer game, it can Poison Touch a bird and poison it, which is great for Rillaboom. But Rillaboom wants the birds dead. It wants them completely gone. Otherwise, every turn it clicks is a 30% chance it's basically eliminated from the game. Not so much with Para, but a bird Rillaboom is basically not a Rillaboom at all. So, see if you can guess what's happening next. It's Altaria time. We need that Heal Bell. I figure all of these Pokemon appreciate Heal Bell so much, it just seems too good not to use. It's also nice to have a Dragon immunity on the team. It's just good. It gives us a... Altaria is just defensively a pretty incredible Pokemon. And I feel like we'll just go with what we did last time, Hyper Voice, Flamethrower, Roost, and Heal Bell. Yeah, it seems like it would fit really well with this core. Yeah, seems like some people in chat are talking about it. Junior Senior realized ahead of time what was up. So, yeah, do we want any speed? I guess we'll like EV for max Gambit, and then probably defensive, right? I don't know. We can decide later exactly what we want, but Altaria is just like, we used this once before on stream and it was just crazy. Like it popped off. It was consistently nuts. We of course go Natural Cure. It was consistently so good. Like it was probably, maybe to this day, the best NatDex team I've made. Let me see if I can track that team down just to see if there was any like special speed EVs I decided was super worthwhile. You guys will get to see a bit of my team history here, all the stuff I've messed around with over the years. Yeah, so this is what we built. Yeah, we went I recreated the exact same set. Cool. Also, guys, do remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Let's make this a hype one. Yeah, so I figure this defensive core just seems like absolutely sick. There are problems though. So remaining 2 slots. So we need Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Speed Control, Ground type. I think you guys probably know. We probably need a Tusk. If we're being so real, I'm not seeing, now that I'm looking at this list, I don't see a way we get out of this one without a good old Great Tusk. It's looking inevitable. Yeah. Because, yeah, we need something to be immune to Electro. We're not, like, that bad against Volt Switchers because we have Alolan Muck. And so it's like we don't need, like, a super solid, like, Tinglu or anything. But, yeah, we need a Fairy Resist, though? Like, I feel like Muck is kind of a pretty solid fake Fairy Resist. I guess, like, if we see a Mawile... Yeah, we definitely do still need a Fairy Resist. I'll agree. Yeah, no removal. Yeah, so we need a Tusk, and then we need something speedy. I think we can go without a ground immunity. I don't think that's the end of the world for this team. Ace gives hazard control and speed. I did consider Cinderace, but Cinderace alone, this is a team that's designed to kind of last. It's designed to stick around. We can't go with Defog Mega Altaria because Gholdengo goes everywhere and stops Defog. So that's not really a real option. Not really a real option. And, well, yeah, so the problem with going, yeah, Treads, we could go Tread Zama again, and which would make this really similar to the other Altaria team, which is not necessarily a problem. Like, if it's optimal, I'll do it. No, Gliscor and Ace gives us no rocks of our own. Rillaboom really needs Stealth Rock to break. That's another reason I'm not super thrilled about the Tusk idea, even though it's definitely not a bad idea. I want a rocker that can actually get, like, keep rocks on the field. Yeah, let's see. Specs Curum looking so good into your team. It so isn't, dude. No. It absolutely is not. Check this out. 30% maximum from an Ice Beam from a Specs Curum. Who's looking good against my team? Uh-huh. Could be a Garbodor angle. Yeah, that's for sure. That's definitely the answer. No, Treads is a real Pokemon. It definitely is, and it can work well on teams like this. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, Heatran's something I considered as well because it can keep rocks up. We could go with the classic Scarf Tusk that's been like everywhere in top ladder lately. Here's a fun idea. It's like Heatran plus Scarf Tusk. I wonder if just with how weak this team is to spikes, if that'll be like not good enough removal, I guess is my concern, but maybe it'll be fine. And like you also, you know, it's Natex, right? Like you can't, you're never going to have like a perfect team. But yeah, Scarf Tusk is a possibility that could kind of save us, do a little bit of roll compression there. Yeah, regular, we're not going to use a regular Muck. I don't think this gets pursuit. Yeah, no, huge difference. This is, why is this sprite so weird? Like, what are we doing here? Guys, there's a delay on this stream, so Melvin, I'll see what you're saying eventually, but the shouting is not, it's not going to make me hear you any faster. Time doesn't work that way. Mega backs the first non-legendary sent to AG. Yeah, Mega backs Caliber probably is going to be pretty rough to deal with. Probably will go to... Probably it'll be fine in Ubers. I don't think it'll go to AG. I don't know. You did slash sarcasm, but I don't really know why. Because I don't really see it going to AG. Maybe it's because that was so ludicrous, but I don't really know. It's not. It might go to AG, but I don't think it will. Landor, special attacking defensive Landorus is... No, Lando can't do the removal and setting hazard thing. Oh yeah, Aura is back to yelling. Aura, once this catches up to you, I will once again mute you if you keep screaming. I will seriously do this every time until you learn to act in a socially acceptable manner that respects your peers. Okay. Yeah, Scarf Tusk is like actually a thing in Natex. Check this out. Yeah, Great Tusk, second most used Pokemon in the tier. And look at this. Oh, Scarf usage it was like insanely high for a little bit. Maybe it's in High Ladder. Yeah, look, in High Ladder, Scarf usage is the most used item. The roll compression goes crazy. Okay. Yeah, should we just like try Heatran Tusk, like just run it and see what happens and then adjust as needed, or should we be a little more careful and think a little more? I want to just run it. I think let's just send it. Like we'll do a quick check to see if we like get smoked by anything. But Cinderace. Fine with that. We don't love Diancie. We don't love Diancie, but it's just because that mixed stuff is going to be rough for our poor boy Muck. Yeah, that's not so good. That's not so good. It's, I mean, I think we've got enough for Diancie. It's not the most fun thing in the world. All caps button is damaged. I don't believe you. I'll ban you anyway. Like, I get it fixed. Let's see, yeah. Diancie's a little bit of threat. Threat list. We'll do a threat list. Mega Diancie. Not like horrible. We'll see if there's anything I like totally missed that's gonna absolutely wallop us. Gliscor doesn't look like a lot of fun. Gliscor, we kind of can't break a Gliscor. Like, I mean, I get like a Fizdef Gliscor is the real concern. We could run like a Ztran to threaten that, which could be interesting. Could be interesting. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Yeah, G-Train plus Heatran, that would be, yeah, that'd be quite difficult to deal with, wouldn't it? Yeah, Gliscor is probably the biggest threat. We can go Ztran to help with that. Are there any other like steel type rockers that would do a better job against Gliscor? Is probably something worth considering. Pharaoh can always irritate it, but no, it doesn't really look like it. Probably Heatran's the best bet there. There's obviously cheese like Orthworm, but Flying Z Lando like destroys everything. It's just gonna like that's gonna take him on against every balanced build. But like we do have some counterplay. Yeah, I know. Ice Spinner won't kill defensive Gliscor. It'll kill Spadaf, but not defensive. Yeah. I guess it doesn't necessarily need to be a steel type. Just a rocker. That's a fairy resist, so probably a steel type. If we're really being honest here. Yeah, because we definitely do need a fairy resist. Aura claiming in chat that they didn't know about that. Control down. No, you're such a liar, dude. Your keyboard absolutely had nothing wrong with it. But I'll let it slide since you're behaving. Yeah, Terapagos does kind of make sense here, but it leaves us in a spot where we need like speed control that's like a steel type. Is the thing. And like Terapagos can't really be a rock or spinner. It can't really, because then you have to run Terra Starstorm, Ice Beam, Rapid Spin, Rocks, which is a set that cannot do anything to Goldengo, which is the main spin blocker. So then you're not really an effective spinner. Yeah, Altaria is ground immune until it Mega Evolves, which is another reason I don't feel like we need like a super consistent ground immunity. I will often keep Altaria non-Mega Evolved, because I think its bulk stays like pretty similar. Yeah, like its Spadaf doesn't go up at all, its defense goes up a little. It's mostly its attacking stats that get buffed and just getting that really nice fairy typing. But yeah, I'll often keep Altaria just in natural cure mode. So let's see, Gliscor, Tusk, Ivel's fine. Kartana's fine because we have Altaria, who is the GOAT. Lopunny's not a concern, not a concern, not a concern. Not a problem because we have Heat Train. Heat Train helps with the Scizor, which I didn't think about because otherwise we'd be getting smoked by Scizor. Yep, we're okay with these guys. You're right, we're okay with Zama. Okay, this honestly looks kind of solid. I think we do go Fire EMZ on this. And honestly, though, let's go Flame Body because, like, I don't think we need Flash Fire here. Might change my mind on that later, but I don't think we really need it. So we can go Magma Storm, SR, EP, Taunt seems pretty standard. Fire EMZ, Heatran just gets the job done. And we'll go enough to outpace. We'll go Speedy on this. I think we'll need that to outpace Gliscor, unfortunately. And we'll go Headlong, CC, Ice Spinner, and Rapid Spin. Seems pretty simple. Yeah, that works. We could go Adamant. Probably we stick with Jolly. Let's not get greedy just yet. Rillaboom, U-turn knockoff. We could go low kick on this. Let's actually go low kick because we've got Muck to bother the birds, and I feel like that's pretty solid here, and low kick is going to get us. Well, would we rather go low kick or superpower? Probably superpower is a little bit better, eh? If we're going to be on a banded set. Because that'll get us. I mean, let's just check the low kick rolls. Rillaboom. Low kick. Yeah, 100 BP. Pharaoh. 100 BP. Okay, so that's... But then, like, Corviknight, we don't hit that hard, right? Yeah, Corviknight, 80 BP. That's not so good. Heatran, I think we get full on. Kartana, we don't hit that hard. Melmetal, I think we get full on. I think Kartana takes like 0 from this. Yeah, 0. It's like 20 base power. Oops, Melmetal. Melmetal we should get full, yeah. We probably just go, but then like Pursuit. So if you, no, let's go Superpower. I think that'll be a little bit better. It's not a huge difference. We can change it later. Of course we go Adamant. You guys know I'm greedy like that. HTV. We can also kind of PP stall Gliscor is the other way we can deal with that issue, which is, it's sort of a funny way to deal with it, but like that does kind of work. It's not that, I mean, we have a Scarfer and we have a banded, really strong banded Prio and Great Tusk. And, you know, slow, bulkier teams don't need as much solid in the stuff in the way of speed control. So I think it's acceptable. We'll start with this and just see how it goes. We might need to make Alo mixed defense. I could see that being necessary, but we'll start with this. Have you watched anime? Yeah, I've watched some anime. I honestly, here's a hot take. See what you guys think. I don't understand the whole like anime being this like its own special category. Like it's a style. It's like a show. You know, like I'll watch shows about. Like something like I enjoyed JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That was good. And then I enjoyed Death Note until well, you guys know when the show got bad if you've seen it, and if not, I don't want to spoil it for you. But yeah, I mean, like they were good and they were totally different. And it's like, yes, they were both anime, but you know, it wasn't. I don't know. I feel like I'm not so actively aware of what's anime, and I don't really get why so many people are. There's my take. Okay, so this is a little rough. Our Chaladon kind of destroys us. Didn't really think about that, gonna be honest. Didn't think about that. So how do we approach this? We could lead right off with the Muck and just try to like Pursuit trap the Poisoning Pelipper doesn't really actually do that much for us, does it? Could lead Altaria, honestly, and just start swinging with Hyper Voice. That does not sound bad. Could also lead Heatran to Rock. But not. We can't really do that, can we? Celesteela does not get Hurricane, so I don't really see the vision there. What do we do? This is tricky. Already tricky. That isn't a hot take? I don't know. Most people are like, yeah, they like treat anime like it's its own whole thing. My bad if that's a freezing cold take. This is so weird because they just lead Pelipper and go into our Chaladon, and I've got nothing to say about it. Probably the best move is, I guess, Altaria. I guess that's probably my best move. We can also get it established, its Mega Evolution established for Raging Bolt, which is sort of nice. Okay, very nice critical hit, putting that Pelipper into range of Stealth Rock. That could be huge later. They do have a Terapagos, so there are answers there, but still nice. I am pretty nervous about this. I'm going to go immediately into Heatran on this. Okay, that's totally fine. I'm just going to rock up. If they want to go into Terapagos, that's okay. I'm happy to kind of slow the game down. Okay, they're going into Bolt. That is totally cool with me. I think on this, we could go into Altaria as like the obvious option here. Because, you know, it's a Raging Bolt. I think... Do we just do that? Let's go into Muck instead. I like Muck a little bit better here because we can now threaten this big knockoff. Our Chaladon comes in, totally fine. So that is a Z Archaladon, which is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying to see. I imagine we're going to see an Electro Shot come out here. I am okay with letting Tusk go either way. I think it's time to go into it. Okay, cool. I think I just take the trade. Like, I have so many solid answers to Bolt. I don't think this will be as big of an issue for me as it is most teams. I'm just going to click Close Combat, take the L, and then, yeah, there we go. And and it did go for the Devastating Drake, so Z move has been used. Fastest Pokemon is Rilla. I really don't anticipate this being max speed. I think based on that Tusk Calc, we can double check this, but yeah, that would have taken, this has HP investment, otherwise it would have taken a lot more from that. It only took 57, so that implies max HP. For it to take, yeah, probably max HP. So I feel pretty safe going into Rillaboom and clicking Superpower. That's the fastest Pokemon. Just in case it's speedy, I wanted to go into my fastest thing because I don't think I need to play this matchup risky. I feel like we're looking pretty good here. So I think as long as I don't, throw, we should be fine. I am totally down to break this thing's ability. So we'll go for that. And here, a Terra Starstorm, excuse me, will not kill us. But I don't think there's a lot to be gained by staying in. So I'm going to go into Muck here. Okay, we do just get hit by Terra Starstorm, does not much at all. And this seems like a super easy knockoff. I see no reason not to just click that. They're going to stay in with the Terapagos, which is sick. We'll go for the Poison Jab here. Swampert comes in. We unfortunately do not get the Poison on either one of those, which is pretty sad, but it's not the end of the world. Swampert comes in, goes for the rocks. That is unfortunate. I figured there was a solid shot that was coming. I think I'm going to Poison here, try to catch the Bolt on the switch in. Okay, and they're just going to go into Pelly. That's fine. So yeah, the rocks going up after Tusk dies is not ideal. I was hoping it'd be just like a Rocksless Rain, but it's really not the end of the world. I think we can play this with rocks up without too much of an issue. There's a definite chance that a Protect comes out here. How much am I taking from Heavy Slam? Might actually die to that with Muck. So we will flip turn. Okay, and it's Leech Seed Substitute, which is completely fine. Like, I am so fine with that, you don't even know, guys. Because I am like, I can actually sit on this forever, and I fully intend to. Okay, that did a lot more damage than I thought, but that's still fine. We can go to Heatran here. And this thing, it's going to be probably Protect last, so I'm happy to taunt this. Then we can rock up. Yeah, so our opponent just kind of gave us a lot of ground there, which I'm super happy with. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. I'll take that any day of the week. Great neck. We'll Protect here. Actually, well, let's check that Weather Ball from earlier to see if we know if that was Specs. I don't think it was. Yeah, no, that wasn't Specs. So not much to be gained then by Protecting. I'll just go Altaria here. That seems fine. Cool. We can just go for a nice Hyper Voice here. Celesteela comes in, makes a ton of sense. We can probably just heal up is fine. That's fine. I'll go into Heatran here. Block. Okay, that's like, this is not a good set, my man. How much can we do to a Swampert if we hit it with the big Z? Like 0. Nothing. No, I have Rain still up. It's not like that's not worth it damage, to be honest. Let's just Magma Storm, get some damage off. We do hit, which is good. So next time we can kill with a Fire EMZ, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. And we just go Mola on this. It's probably going to be a flip turn. That's fine. As I said, I think we can play this game with rocks up. It's not really the end of the world at all. Yeah, I don't see how my opponent wins here. I really don't. Flip turn, they miss. Cool. Let's go into this. Yeah, the Swampert here will die. So I think we just go for the big Inferno Overdrive. It's time we get... Oh, they just give us the Celesteela. That works for me. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. I mean, Muck hasn't been lucky this game with hitting stuff, but it's like definitely not doing badly. EP, let's just go Muck here. We can just go for a Poison Jab. Yeah, like, go. I mean, come on though, Muck. Let's... What are we doing? Yeah, that is... We have gotten very bad luck with the poisons. It doesn't really matter since we're just in such a strong spot this game, but it is a little bit like, come on. Let's just go Mola here. Okay, U-turn is fine. Like, we have a whole Altaria, so I'm just not worried about this at all. I'm actually going to stay in Intoxic here. Yeah, so the reason being, we're at such a late stage in the game that it just simply did not matter. All I needed to do, the only way I could even like in a million years lose is if I let the Raging Bolt just start going crazy with Calm Minds. So I was just going to not let that happen. That's pretty much it. And then we can just, we were just going to flip turn there into Altaria, and then we could Hyper Voice our way through the rest of the team. GG. No, that was a clean game. I don't know what you're talking about. Aura and Chad hating on that. No, that was solid playing. I feel like that was a well-analyzed, good matchup, and I played safely. Usually, if you lose the Hazard War, you've lost the game. Usually. Not always, though. I will say, though, those rocks did kind of hurt. They did kind of hurt, and all we have is a Scarf Tusk to remove them. So that's something to keep an eye on. Hazards are probably my biggest concern for this team. Oh, what are we doing? 18... Okay, so this guy's, like, actually winning with this team. That's kind of frightening, because I don't really know what to expect. Wow. All right. Well, let's do this, shall we? Cryogonal. What's that thing's speed again? Oh, I can just go over it. 330. Yeah, it's pretty fast. But no ground coverage that I'm aware of. Tusk looks pretty good here. I think Heatran, these teams, you really want to dismantle these teams as soon as possible, generally speaking. So I think that's the plan we want to take here is Magic Gigas. These things probably are going to run. Is this going to be Earthquake? Wouldn't kill though. That's good. I'm going to lead with Heatran. Cool. Tropius is a good start, and we're just going to immediately Magma Storm. If they go into Ditto, they'll be disappointed because we will hit them. I'm hoping we can get some fat Pokemon in here, like Regigigas, and just immediately obliterate it with a Magma Storm. Generally, these like really weird teams are going to be using lots of strategies that are irritating if you let them set up. Like if this was probably like sub-seed harvest nonsense, this is like sub power-up punch nonsense. We've been hitting Magma Storms, by the way. Shout out to Heatran. Shout out to Heatran. It could also be they did not get here using this team at all, and they just, like... What do we want to do here? We can just go into Muck. Seems fine. Yeah, Taunt. I'm so down. Let's just Poison Jab. Light Screen. Okay, interesting. Do we get the Poison this time? We do get the Poison. Okay, interesting. How do we want to play this here? I want my Heatran to be taunting, I think, the Regigigas immediately. So let's go Rillaboom here. And then we can U-turn on this. And then we can taunt whatever comes in. Yeah, because this will die here. Perfect. We wanted this to die so we can taunt whatever comes in. I don't want to be dealing with whatever shenanigans this is. Does Audino Calm Mind, does it get that? It does. So that's something. We're going to taunt here. Yeah, they always try to do this substitute nonsense, guys. Every time, it's always substitute stuff. And then, yeah, Power Up Punch makes sense. If we hit this Toxic, we're pretty much home free. If we miss this Toxic, we're not, like, done for, but it's not good. Yeah, it also could be they got to high ladder using an actual team, and then we're like, oh, I'm gonna try to beat the streamer with my funny team. And I'm afraid it sometimes does work. I'm afraid to say. Freeze Dry, unless this is Specs, you're not killing here. I don't want to switch out. It is not Specs. Cryogonal, probably we can just go Heatran on you and Magma Storm. HP Ground makes sense for Cryogonal, but hopefully it's just, yeah. I was going to say HP Ground does make a lot of sense for Cryogonal, but hoping it wasn't, turned out to be. Is what it is. If Ditto comes in, we go immediately into Tusk because we do not want to let that Regigigas get an opportunity to get started. Or do we? Maybe the better play is actually like Rillaboom or something. I mean, how much is Altaria doing to a Regigigas with Hyper Voice? That's not great. Yeah, I think we go Tusk. I do not want to let that Regigigas get an opportunity to get started. Okay, they just set up rocks. Yeah, this is, I think, a quick and easy CC. We do risk the, yeah, we do get Flame Body. That's not good. I almost forgot about that for a sec. Let me phrase that. I did forget about that. But it's fine. Audino, yeah, this is, we can just go Muck on you and click Poison Jab. Yeah, that's going to do 0. Cool. Poisoned immediately. I mean, they burned us, which is kind of irritating, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go Mola on here to transition. Heal Bell. Fair enough. How much is Rilla doing to this thing? Can we just, like, shut this operation down? You got to have a healing move, so your only attack is Flamethrower. That's not good. We can actually, like, very easily PP stall you out of these. Let's Heal Bell here. Draining. Oh, I see the play now. I see. Okay. I think we just Wish with Mola. Then we go Muck and we click Poison Jab, and I think you're toast. I think you're smoked. Like, I don't see you doing enough damage that this works out for you, unless you get another Flamethrower burn really quickly. But your odds are not good. Yeah, see, like, that's not restoring enough. Yeah, you've come to the end of the road here, Audino. And okay, here's what we can do. We can sack Altaria, and then we can go Rillaboom, which will outspeed this, and then we can go for the Woodhammer, so we can be positioned to immediately Woodhammer the Regigigas, and it's not going to like taking this. Yeah, I think a big reason a lot of people lose to these kinds of teams... Oh, that just died. A big reason a lot of people lose to these kinds of teams is because they don't respect them. And then, like, they let screens go up and they just, like, mess around because it's a goofy team, and then the Regigigas sweeps them. Misclicked. Oh. Unfortunate. Yeah, check what team you're using before you battle. No, everyone's like, I'm currently watching in, like, past tense people worry about Audino, and it's like, so was never a problem. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Muck totally shut that down. But yeah, like, people will get cheesed by teams like that. Just gotta respect them every time. Respect the gimmicky teams. Ora Fantastica, wondering how I won. What can I say? I know how to game a Pokemon. Junior, senior, pink across. How are you good at positioning? I am a noob, and the way you position is insane. So, oftentimes there is no good way to position yourself in a game. These games have been pretty good matchups, so I've been able to play really slowly and think about what Pokemon I want to come in on whatever comes in next. But positioning is kind of talked about in a nebulous way a lot of the time, but all positioning really comes down to is think a few turns ahead. What happens when the Pokemon's dead? If something's close to dying, what happens when it dies? If something's going to switch, what might it switch into? You just got to think a couple turns ahead about ways that this could go poorly, and that's really the guide to how you want to position yourself. It's not as bad as it's often made out to be, and we are just facing all this wacky stuff today. So we are not removing hazards against this team. That's for sure. So that's kind of tough. Muck looks really good. That's good. Rillaboom honestly looks pretty fire. I think I like a Rilla lead here. I wish we had knockoff on it, but I'm feeling like it's probably going to be a Runerigus lead because that's the rocker, so we can just Woodhammer here. Nothing's going to like taking a Woodhammer. Yeah, we faced nothing but goofy teams today, and like a rain team, which is, I guess, theoretically serious. We can just do this again. I don't think it's going to be a Scarf Delmise, and it's not. Awesome. Down you go. Okay, quick kill. Rillaboom doing what Rillaboom does. You'll love to see it. How much do we do with Woodhammer here? Kind of a lot. Yeah, this is a threat to our team for sure. I think we go just hard Mola. Okay, that's fine. Like, you do actually kill here with Never Ending Nightmare because of our set, which is not great. Let's go hard Muck on this. We get a Choice Scarf. That's not the end of the world, honestly. Let's just click knockoff here. We knock off a Mental Herb. Interesting. So this thing's going to get up rocks here. Let's think about what we want in against this. We probably just click... knockoff. Does it get spikes too? It does get Stealth Rock though, right? Whoops. Runeris. Yeah. I think it gets T-Spikes too. What do we want in? Great Tusk is looking amazing. I would like to get in Heatran and click Stealth Rock, but then that causes issues for the rest. So let's just stay in and click knockoff. Maybe they'll go for like an Earthquake here for damage. I figured not, but that's fine. Okay, cool. We're up. Like, we've lost basically no health, but hazards, of course, kind of always a rough one. We actually probably outspeed this unless you're Jolly Max. I'm so down to click knockoff because, yeah, now you've lost your thick club and you can't do that much damage anymore. So, and you, what? We got Wandering Spirit from Runerigus and then we got rid of its rock head. Bro got absolutely smited by their own mechanics there. That's tragic. Let's go Mola here because we can wish some stuff up. Wish, yeah, oh cool. Flipped. All right. Okay. Like, fine. I'm not threatened by this. Yeah, let's go Heatran this time, and then we can get Stealth Rock up, because that really irritates the remainder of the team. And then we'll go into... Let's go into Mola. We can wish up the Muck here, which would be cool. Let's go into Heatran just so we can taunt any potential Sarah Ledge nonsense, and then the plan is probably just to... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just EP, take this out. And then here, we should be looking pretty good. Gold comes in, makes a lot of sense. This is Scarf, definitely can just kill us here with Shadow Ball. We can just go Tusk and then Headlong Rush, though, and kill everything, can we not? Like, even if it's like a weird bulky Scarf. Yeah, it's dying, so let's just, like, in case we don't get outsped. I figured we would, but so that's fine. And then we'll go into Tusk, and we just click Headlong Rush, and this should be a pretty clean win. Yeah, there's one. This will die on entry, and then all you've got is a Ceruledge, which we've seen is not Balloon. So, yep, GG. That was a pretty easy win. Don't run Monotype teams. Like, they can... I will say, though, Monotype teams are not nearly as bad as people think. Like, sure, if you run, like a Mono Ice team with Veil and some setup sweepers and then win, like, you're not crazy. That's my another take I have. Yeah, Muck was pretty epic there. We have not really had any, I feel like, real games so far. Kind of just been destroying everybody. I was recently complaining about Kevin Hart, who I think is a total sellout, and I've disliked him for years. And then immediately out of the blue, I just see somebody like who I was not even speaking with it about, just saying how they love Kevin Hart, sending me a Kevin Hart photo. It's just, I'm being trolled is the TLDR. Okay, Mega Pinsir is not good for us. How much to kill a Tusk does a Mega Pinsir need? Okay, so that's all right. Well, we got to be aware of that. Mola looks really good. Really good. Let's just start with it. Yeah, let's poison this thing. Please hit. Beautiful. And there's also no spin blocker, which is you like to see. Let's flip turn here. Helmet. Good to know. Good to know. Let's check that damage. That did nothing. So you are like, this is like a super fat Lando. Yeah, this is like absolute max defense Lando. Can Rillaboom kill one of those? It's looking good. Yes, it can. Good stuff, Rillaboom. We could superpower here as a read. I think we just Woodhammer. Yeah, nobody ever thinks you're going to stand and click Woodhammer. I don't know why, because that's like the most obvious play, but somehow it always shocks everybody when you do the obvious thing. We're going to Toxic here. This is going to hurt, guys. This is a lot of our team's about to take an L here. Heatran probably has to die. Yeah, it's not living that, poor thing. We'll go Tusk, and then back into Mola. Hopefully they quick attack. Worried about our... Yep, good. That at least worked. The ploy worked. Oh, wow, interesting. They didn't want to deal with that. So... All-out pummeling has a chance to kill, but not even a good one. So I'm just going to flip turn here. Okay, beautiful. And then we'll go into Altaria and just Hyper Voice. I think we should live even a Z move here. Yeah, let's see. I think we live this. Yes, Altaria, you beautiful creature. Look at you go. It's looking like Tusk is going to be crucial in this endgame. Yeah, this is not so good. Let's go Muck here, because Muck's like not... Well, could be helpful for Ivel, I guess. I'm just trying to think. If this is Scarf Kartana and we let Altaria go here, that would be not a good call. So let's go Muck. Leaf Blade, that did... Is that bandit? No, that's not bandit damage. Let's knock off here. Okay, get a sack the Pinsir, totally fair. Or not sack, actually, it lived somehow. Crazy. Yeah, we'll just go Mola there, because we can regen off anyway. So this is scary. Maybe should have thought about that beforehand. Yeah, because we're dying now. If this is Scarf Cart, I think we just lose. I think we just lose. Can Mola any chance it's living? No. Super no. Can Rilla live at +1? No. Okay, so we have to hope it's not Scarf. If it's Scarf, we lose on the spot right here. Absolutely nothing we can do about it. And yeah, that's all there is to say. Does Tusk kill this thing with the CC? It does. Yeah, mostly useless mon is Altaria. Let me just double check. Yeah, Mola's dying. Muck is dying. Yeah, Muck is not living. Yeah, we have to hope it's not Scarf Tana. If it is Scarf Tana, we lose. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I should have kept Muck healthier there. That was my bad. Not thinking ahead. See, there's where the positioning did not work out. Should have thought a little bit better about that one. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Heatran just ended up getting weakened, and, well, Heatran just totally died. And then Altaria took the Z. I'm trying to think what would have been a better way to play that. I guess we could have poisoned the Blaziken with Mola, and then, like, sacked Muck, maybe finish it off with Rillaboom to keep Altaria healthy, but it also just sometimes it just is what it is. Like, the Kartana's going to be... Scarf card definitely doesn't smoke the team, because we have two really solid switch-ins to it, but... No, it happened to there. That is a really wild Scarf to run. Like, you've got, like, a... I didn't see it being Scarf on a team like this. You've got, like, Priority, you've got a Iron Valiant, you've got a Protect Blaziken. Like, it's just, like, running Scarf is kind of unhinged on that, but sometimes it happens. What are you gonna do? Okay. Really like Rillaboom here. I feel like it's gonna be fire, especially if we can get that Zapdos chipped a little bit. I like Muck a lot. I think we're going to be mad pursuing happening this game. I like just leading with Muck here. I think there's a good chance they lead with something we can poison. And if it ends up being a lead Muck doesn't like a Treads or a Lopunny, we can deal with that pretty easily. I don't expect Treads coming in immediately on this. I don't think it wants to get knocked off, so I will just go for the Poison Jab. Well, no, knockoff's probably a slightly better mid ground. We have a chance of poisoning, and we'll get the Mola's item. Isn't Cart a weakness of the team? No. So we have a Scarf Tusk for SD sets, which kills. We have a Heatran and an Altaria for Scarf sets. Some mistakes plus Pinsir, which is an actual threat, led to that in the end game, but no, that's Scarf Cart in general is not a team threat at all. Let's see. Item knocked off, no poison. Muck has not been hitting the poisons, I gotta say. We gotta do a little better on that one, buddy. Treads, it makes sense. Let's just go Mola on this. It's fine. Okay, we get knocked. Cool. Let me actually wish, because I kind of want to see what Treads will do here, and then we can flip turn and maybe bring Muck back in and potentially Pursuit Trap something. Okay, just clicking Rapid Spin. Valid. Just go Tusk. We can just spin here. You never stay in on this. And we have Heal Bell for static, so we're not really worried about that. Yep. And then we just go Muck. I think we can afford to play the long game here. I don't see any imminent threats. Cool. This is where we Pursuit. Actually, we know. That was a bad play. We just knock here because the Alo doesn't really... Yeah, we can click P-Jab this time. They might go into Treads, seeing that coming. Let's go for the P... It's a tough call. Let's P-Jab. I don't think they go hard. They should, though. They kind of should. Let's go for the knockoff. There's a 30% chance to poison, and the Treads, I think, is a very real possibility here. Do we... Okay, we got the poison, so it turned out okay. Good stuff. Glad to see that Mola take the poison. Slowly but surely, we're going to poison a lot of Pokemon on their team. Or really just these two, but that's still huge. Let's heal up Muck. Let's do that. We probably want to get that Mega Evolution going at some point, but... Yeah, we'll just wish here. And we'll flip turn. Remember to like the stream if you're enjoying. Okay, totally fine with that. Let's go into muck. Let's pursuit. I know you don't want to deal with this muck. You want to go into your Alo. But that's not how this works. Not when pursuit's on the field. Let's see. Do we get it? We don't get it. It's fine. We can fish a million more times. That's how this works. I also like to see that it didn't volt switch. That means probably doesn't have it, which is cool. I'll tech here to potentially stop the flip turn. Beautiful. And I'll wish. No. Cool. Interesting. Didn't see that coming, honestly. Let's flip turn. Let's go to Heatran, I guess. That seems fine. Future Sight, interesting. I'll just rock up here. Seems fine. We've seen Treads take a flip turn, haven't we? Let's calc that. Let's see what set this is. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yeah, this is easiest mole of my life. Okay, that was there a critical hit there? No, that Future Sight did a lot more than I thought it would. That's just me being dumb though. Shouldn't have done that. Should have done. I mean, I should have expected that exact amount of damage. Nothing surprising about that if I just knew my calcs. But okay, we didn't die. That's good. Let's go into Tusk here, and honestly, CC. We can CC. If they don't expect Scarf, we'll just kill them outright because they'll think they can kill with close combat here. Yep. Cool. So our near disaster turned out well. I forgot about the Alo not being the normal set I run, so that Future Sight very nearly took us out there. Did we get lucky? Like, what was the roll in that close combat? Okay, it was a pretty good close combat roll, so probably we were still favored to live, but that definitely got a little bit scary. Bye, Melvin. Sorry, a little late. Honest thoughts on Dunsparce after the video. I think Dunsparce is good. I think it's viable in OU. Solid Pokemon, tough to deal with. We go Muck here. This is what it's for. Okay, this is not great. How much is a Z Draco? We still like survive that pretty well though. Yeah, not going to do anything horrible. We don't. Come on, Muck, dude. What are we doing? All right, we have to let something die here. Probably, I'm thinking it's going to be a Z Draco. I think we want Muck around, but then I also want Heatran around. I kind of like my whole team at this point. A Z Draco here will kill. So why couldn't you just get the poison Muck? Like, what are we doing, bro? I think we stay in and just let it go. Yeah, unfortunate. Muck didn't deserve to go down like that. We'll headlong. Okay, they go Mola. Probably the Zapdos comes in here. We can go Heatran. Hopefully they don't flip turn. Good. All right. Let's just Magma Storm, right? If they try to go into a defensive answer, if they try to go Mola, we can Magma Storm plus Fiery and we'll destroy it. Yeah, we've gotten like a little bit of I don't know what you're talking about with me getting critical hits. I don't remember that happening. Can we hit here, please? We do not hit here. No, we do not. Okay. Well, let's run some calcs and see if we can potentially kill with a Z-Fire here. That sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Okay. What did we do? We hit this Mola with a Headlong Rush. We hit the, hold on. Where was it? We hit the Mola with a Headlong Rush and it did 38 from our Tusk. That implies that it is probably the standard set. But we are more likely than not to... No, but that's after poison. It's probably going to flip turn here. So, yeah, not much to say. That just really blows. And we got unfortunate luck there. That's going to really hurt us. Oh, well. Let's go Tusk here. We can try to spin next turn. Like nothing can really threaten us. We threaten to kill everything. So I figure they'll probably go into a Pokemon kind of faking us out, and then we can rapid spin is the plan. Yeah, like I don't believe you here. I mean, do we Ice Spinner? No, let's just rapid. Okay, they know. They just said no. I'm just gonna stay in. All right. At least we get another chance for the Magma Storm here. If they come in and get hit by the Magma Storm, we can kill them with a Fire EMZ, which would be huge. Yeah, but I did not see that coming because they knew we were Scarf, and I know this is an offensive Zapdos. So, well, actually, hold on. Am I tripping? I'm pretty sure based on the damage, this was an offensive Zapdos. But that Rapid Spin damage. Please hit this time, Heatran. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, we don't even need to. We can just EP to kill this. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And now there's the Fire Resist gone, so it's looking good. It's looking good. Why didn't you EP the Mola switch in? Because this covered more. You know, I wasn't sure the Mola would come in. Interesting play. We can just go Altaria here. I just wanted a little regen. Like, I'm not really that broken up about Alo taking some damage there. Yeah, makes sense. Let's just Mega Evolve and Flamethrower here. I'm totally okay with that. We do want to Mega Evolve this, so we have a solid Bolt switch in, and we don't have all the to be terrified of hazards. Cool. Do we Flamethrower again? Let's go Heatran here. Yeah, because you always go Slowking. And we can Taunt here. You should never switch into Treads. I imagine if you have Chilly Reception here. Well, have we hit this? Slowking, lost. That's it. So we don't know if it's AV or not. I'm going to say it's probably not AV on a team like this and Taunt it. Yep, there we go. And now we click Magma Storm. And hopefully we hit. Hopefully we hit. We miss. Come on, Heatran. Buddy. 75% accuracy, man. We should not be messing up like this. Yeah, I figured Bolt would come in there. Super irritating. Not really a lot we can do about it. I'm actually going to... Ooh, we could do this. No, but then we lose to Glowking if we get it wrong. But, okay, Thunderclap into Future Sight won't kill, so let's just EP. Okay, cool. That was the right play. That was the safe play. Going for a risk there was tempting, but it wouldn't have been a good decision. There was really no reason to take a risk like that. Let's go Rilla on this. EQ, beautiful. Really glad they EQ'd because now we can Woodhammer, and I believe we threatened to 2-kit KO everything. I should have checked whether that Glowking was fizzed. Okay, that is Fizz Spidef based on that damage, so we can just Woodhammer here and probably pick up a kill. Zapdos, this will super die. Well, okay, it did die. It did die. Whoops. Forgot the music there. Okay, they forfeit. Cool. All right. That went well. That went pretty well. The removal has still been a bit of an annoying situation, but the Muck did what it was supposed to do. Normally, I will like never run Magma Storm, but I think it's acceptable on this team because you've seen how the misses aren't like the end of the world. This Heatran can kind of afford to fish a few times. This is a team definitely designed for the longer game, except for its hazard situation. That's the consistent thing that's worrying me, is that this team doesn't really have all that good of a hazard situation. So that does worry me a bit. Yeah, there's maybe a world where you go like Cinder treads. I could see that being interesting. I'll put that idea down. No, but then that kind of gets us King Gambited on. I guess it could be like a Wisp Cinderace and a Treads. Whoops. Just as like a possibility. This would have to be like SR, Rapid Spin, by Horsepower, the worst move ever. The Volt Switch would probably be... I think our current team is probably better, but I like to get down alternative ideas. All right, another Rain team. Cool. That works for me. We've got the Archaludon problem coming back, though. Can Mega Altaria live in Archaludon's Flash Cannon? Is a great question. It can, which is awesome. Good stuff, Altaria. That's probably the play, then. We probably just lead Altaria and immediately Hyper Voice like last time. Interesting. Interesting. I don't like this. This probably has... It has Focus Blast. That's really tough for us to deal with, and it probably does, is the thing. Let's Mega Evolve and Hyper Voice and just kind of see where this thing's at. Yeah, I figured that would be the move. We can go Muck here. We will survive a Supersonic Sky Strike, which is hilarious. We probably go Heatran to absorb the Z move, and then we go Muck. Okay, they just regular Hurricane. Interesting. Let's go Muck here on a potential Focus Blast. Yeah, there's the Z. Let's see what it is. It is an all-out pummeling. We're actually going to take this just fine, which is crazy from the Muck here. Pursuit will probably kill, honestly. I think we go for it. Oh, they poor thing misses again. That's rough. Do we get the, and we just do outright kill. Oh, I should have checked if it's offensive, because obviously it would be offensive. The Hurricane would not have killed us, and I believe Pursuit was a guaranteed kill because it was an offensive Torn. Calc was assuming it was bulky, which it was not. Oh, never mind, it wasn't. We just kind of got a decent roll there. It was like it was definitely in our favor to kill nonetheless, but that was lucky. I like Rillaboom here because I think this thing's just going to go for the rocks, and then we can superpower. Yeah. Oh, we just outright kill. That was a Spinef Pharaoh. Sick. I didn't think that would go that well, but hey, I'll happily take that. So this Pelipper's clicking U-turn here 1,000,000% of the time. I think we just go Mola, let them get the Archaludon in, and then we go into our Great Tusk and we do the same trade we did last game. If they Draco, good on you, but I don't think they do. I think they just go for the Electro Shot. Everyone just clicks Electro Shot there. And we CC. Okay, and they said, no, I do not want to take that deal. Fair enough. Okay. I respect that. Okay, they're going to U-turn. Get a chance to fish again. I'm going back into Tusk. I don't think you click Draco. Yep. Okay, they took the deal this time, and they did not have a lot of bulk, so they're just going to drop. This is a devastating game for my opponent. This is so over. Yeah, like you're so smoked. Yeah, this is like a super defensive. Just for the like 0 risk of critical hits, I'll switch out here. We'll go for like a Rapid Spin. I don't think we even died. Yeah, this is so rough. Like you're cooked. You're so cooked here. Yeah, we can just flip turn into Rillaboom and Grassy Glide. Yeah, this is so rough. We'll poison. We'll tech here just to stall out a terrain turn, then we'll flip turn into the Rillaboom, and then that'll be GG. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. Yeah, that Rain team just got totally obliterated. We got a little bit of RNG. on our side there. And it definitely could have gone, not a ton of a different way, but it could have gone a little bit of a different way if the Archaludon predicted the Tusk and hit it with the Draco. That would have given us an opening to get our Stealth Rock up with Heatran, but you know, things could have gone differently. I don't think after the Pharaoh got hit by Superpower, I don't think there was any world where we lost, but it wasn't as dominant. It was a super dominant game, but the matchup wasn't as dominant as one would initially think. This entire team loses to Altaria. I'm going to lead with it. Okay, let's go Mola. I don't want to take this fairy move. Oh, I keep forgetting that, yeah, I was going to say, I keep forgetting that that's specs for sure. Let's actually, well, you're going to go into like, you're locked into this. That was absolutely specs damage. So let me just go into, okay, fine. I'll click Flamethrower here. We do still want to Mega Evolve. Yeah. Yeah, Muck did save the team from the that Tornadus. Would have been rough. Like, I don't think we kill here, but we do a good chunk. Actually, we could kill because they do not run Spidef. Nothing runs that. Okay, I will totally take a Flamethrower on a Kingambit. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. Alo, I think, can come in here and eat. No, only like a mineral, but it'll probably be an Iron Head. Sick. We can flip turn here and go right back into the Malt. I actually, Scarf Tusk looks godlike here. Absolutely love the look of that guy. Let's go Muck. And let's Pursuit Trap. We want to try to chance the poison on this. Let's see. Do we get it? Not this time. That's fine. We can go Mola. Yep, get you turned on. Makes sense. If Ival comes in, we can always just tack to see what it uses and either go into Altaria or Heatran, so we're not really worried about that at all. Well, no, look, I mean offensively. Altaria can hit everything on this team super effectively. That's what I mean by this team loses to Altaria. Not like they have no way of killing Altaria. Okay, what are we doing here? Choice Band. Gonna CB, CC. No, it can't kill Alo here. So I'm just going to flip turn. And you can do what you will. Okay, it was indeed exactly that. Choice banded, it's not flip turn. But yeah, still this is looking really good. We just click there's no reason not to click Hyper Voice here. No reason at all. Yeah, like this is, yeah. Sucker Punch will do like 0 here. There's no way you're Jolly Max. Not a set. Just you click your Sucker Punch, take your 10% and get out of my face. Okay, no, going into Garchomp, fine. Yep, we're just claiming souls here with Altaria. This is what I mean by Altaria looks like really good this game. Like we just go Muck. Aura Sphere. Let's Pursuit again. Do we get it this time? We don't get it again. That's kind of unfortunate, but fine. Let's go into Tusk this time. Okay, we get Pursuit Trapped with Yo, that's banded. Banded Gambit confirmed. We can Rapid Spin here, though. Get rid of Rocks forever, which is huge. That's a major W. And then probably the Scizor will come in as we spin here. And we can just go Mola on that. And then whatever comes in, we can just handle with Tact. The big threat is definitely the Ival. I think Rillaboom can live a hit from the Specs Ival. It probably can. Yep. Saw that one coming a mile away. Yep. If you go into Ival here, I teched. If you go into... Okay, I was going to say that's the better scenario. If they went into Shifu, it would have been a little scarier because I wouldn't be able to protect and they could potentially threaten the U-turn. as I switch into Mega Altaria. So what my opponent should have done there is gone Shifu, clicked U-turn. Yeah, so they figured it out this turn. They corrected their error. They're probably, I don't think I need to make any risky plays, which is why I'm still doing this. But yeah, that was the right play. I will say we're only in this like somewhat bad position because we consistently were not getting any fortune at all with our, and we're going to go into Heat Train here. Okay, interesting that they made that play. We can set up Stealth Rock though, and those will be here to stay. Raging Bolt is an interesting play there. I'm down to click Earth Power. Oh, we just critical hit in one shot. So they had no bulk on that bolt and we got a higher. I don't see our opponent getting out of this one, but that was bad luck. That made this a lot harder for them. Not that they really had much of a shot anyway, but that made things harder. Yeah, I really did like Mega Trimeco's design. Looked cool. I was a fan. Ivel comes in here. We just sack the Boomer. Aurasphere, easiest Altaria of my life. Let's click Flamethrower this time. Gambit comes in, goodbye. Ivel comes in, makes sense. What's the sack here? Probably Mola, right? I don't think we need Mola anymore. Crazy as that is to say, we don't. I think it's the least useful Pokemon at this point. Let's see what it is. Aurasphere. Do we live that? We don't live that. That's fine. Let's Hyper Voice here. Okay, good call. It's just Flamethrower. Yep. Didn't do that much, and then we're fine. We always go Heatran on this. Totally fine. And then I think we go Great. Or do we just go Altaria? Is there like... Let's check if this thing critical hits, if it can kill Altaria. No, it doesn't. So we go Altaria here. And we Roost. Oh, right. DT Aurasphere doesn't do anything. Cool. Yeah, we can just Hyper Voice here. Like an Ice Punch freeze is, I think, the only way we lose this, and these really should be running Ice Spinner these days. Our Tusk didn't get, like, knocked off or some BS, right? Cool. Yeah, that'll do 0. So, like, this game looks like it was super close, but there was really never a world where we lost this. I was, like, we had room to play super safely, and we lost, like, every read, and still we're going to obviously win. Because, yeah, we can just outspeed here and click Headlong Rush. GG. I don't know if they knew I was Scarf Tusk or if they said GG. Oh, they said bruh. They didn't realize I was Scarf Tusk. No, I would not. I would have taken some more. I would have played that a lot more like, you know, not super passively if I knew my Tusk wasn't Scarf. Yeah. That's funny. It's always kind of silly when they get angry about the Scarf Tusk. I kind of get it though. I thought it was BS the first time Scarf Tusk got me too. Would saving Mola for Urshifu have been worth it? No, because we have Altaria, which is a super solid Shifu answer. Shout out to Altaria for absolutely mowing down that entire team. How many kills did it get? It killed Scizor, killed Shifu, killed Gambit, killed Garchomp, killed like 4 Pokemon. Yeah, so the person who was saying was clowning on me for saying Altaria beats the whole team and then listing the Pokemon that can kill Altaria, that's what I meant. But yeah, Muck has been, like, not doing its job. Can we talk about that? Like, if Muck had just gotten the Pursuit, the poison on the Pursuit, that Ival would have been, like, dead a while ago. Thank you very much, Ian, for the $2 donation. Really appreciate that. Now, in High Ladder, at the ELO I'm at, my Scarf Tusk is the most common set. Okay, this looks like an insanely good game for Rillaboom. This looks like Rillaboom is going to kill a boom their whole team, I think. But let's start off, you know, reasonably here. Can I get one after the battle? The Poke Paste? Is that what they mean? I think we honestly lead Rillaboom here. I'm thinking, because if it's an H-Rot, that's probably what we want to have on the field. Actually, I really like a Scarf Tusk lead too. I think we do that. And I think we just CC right off the bat. Hopefully it's not Sash. That'd be pretty tragic here. But if it is Sash, we can at least go directly into Rillaboom after. Can I get one after the battle? I think they mean the team. So let's get that timer going. It is Sash, and we do die immediately. Worst case scenario. Sick. Let's glide. Okay, they don't get up or at least they don't get up spikes, so crisis somewhat averted. We didn't want to lose Tusk there. Tusk was pretty good here. Pretty good for Saraledge. So this could be bad. That could definitely be bad. Cross. I'll post the team under the live stream VOD for this. Hopefully they don't start stream sniping me now. Yeah, but no, the loss of Tusk there is not great. We're not happy to see that. I'm trying to think if I should have played that differently. Probably Rillaboom lead in retrospect was smarter. I think that was probably the play. How much are we taking from... Okay, this is a really weird arrow, because... Does Mega, like, even live? You do. Yeah, they do live. We can still... This is such an easy Mola flip turn. Like, yeah, that dual wing beat would have done, like... How much would that have done? Like 30. Yeah, we would have regened it all off anyway. That meant probably nothing. Super, super easy flip turn here. And our opponent has no removal other than, I think, Aerodactyl gets defog. Aerodactyl defog. Yeah, so other than defog Aerodactyl, which I really doubt they are, they have no removal. Serp is kind of rough because it can start glaring and things can get out of hand. I think the smartest thing to do is immediately go muck and start clicking Poison Jab. Okay, it's going to substitute here. In that case, I think we go Altaria and we can Hyper Voice. I think this will kill. No, not quite. Okay, they go into Nidoking, fair enough. Let's go Muck and hope they don't EP. They do EP. We probably don't live another one. I'm gonna go Rillaboom here. Okay, that was a critical hit. And that did 56. This is probably, unfortunately, this is probably not... I think we have to glide here because this is a Nidoking that can outspeed us. I'll flip turn here. Serp comes in, makes sense. This is rough, dude. I think we have to get up rocks. Yep, smart play. I guess we got to get rid of Muck. Flip turn here. Okay, at least that's like down, but yeah, we're in a not a good position at all. Heatrans, they're our only real option to go into here. If the Lele has like Fightinium Z, we've already lost. We just kind of have to hope it's not that. Okay, that's threatening. How much does dual wing beat do? 50. Altaria can survive that and kill it. That's probably the play then. I think we flip turn here. Okay, no critical hits. Good to see. And we go into this, and we can Hyper Voice, finish off. Altaria wasn't probably going to be doing much anyway. They do hit both. We can't really complain because they missed earlier. Yeah, Heatran can theoretically win this. You know, we'll have to see though, really. Let's Hyper Voice, I think is our best play here. We have to hope it. If it's like a speedy, we have to hope we outspeed here. We probably don't. They might also, okay, no, they're just gonna Z. GG. Okay, yeah, we kind of got smoked there. I think the mistake was really just letting Tusk die. That was a bad play. Should have led with Rillaboom. Risking Tusk in a matchup where Tusk looked this good was just so not the play. So I got a little lost in the sauce. Okay. This looks like a good game for Muck. Looks like a really good game for Muck. If Muck could finally start poisoning anything, that would be sick. Let's lead with... I honestly just like the Alo lead here. Simple as that is. Let's lead with that. Yep. Molt, fair enough. Let's flip turn. I think Pharaoh will probably come in here. Yep, makes sense. And we can go into Heatran, and now we can Magma Storm, which looks pretty good. Okay, that's not great. Let's Rock Up. We can wish this in case if they have like Scorching Sands. Okay, that's good. No Scorching Sands coming out there. An EP will obviously destroy us here. I think Mola is a fine scout. Cool. Good to see the Diamond Storm. Moonblast does not kill here, so we can flip turn. It can do it. Can actually... No, that's a weird set. Moonblast has a very small chance to kill here. And they do not get it, which is great to see. Surprised they went for it, honestly. Really surprised to see that. But, you know, I guess... Fine. Due to how much Diamond Storm does, I think I just want a P-Jab. If Pharaoh comes in, we can knock it. Yeah, they did go for it. They did not get the defense boost, and Muck finally gets a Poison Touch and kills. Good stuff, Muck. And down goes the Diancie. That was a threat to this team, and we kind of handled it. I think I want to go hard Tusk on this in case this ends up being some Z nonsense. Okay, I don't think it is. With that in mind, I think we just go Mola here. Yeah. Psynoise, I don't believe kills us. No, it does not. Cool. Let's wish. Future Sight. Ooh, baby. It's time. It's time for the Muck. We pretty easily just go Altaria here if Lando comes in. Yep. Not bothered by that. Yeah, we can just Natural Cure this right away. Let's go Mola here. And let's Toxic. If they want to trade with us, like Toxic the Mola, that'd be so cool. Because, okay, they didn't want to do that. Fair enough. I wouldn't have wanted to take that deal either, but I was really hoping you would. But it's fine. We can go in here and we can get up our own rocks. And they have Defog and we have Rapid Spin. So the hazard game is kind of by default in our favor here. Let's tech to see if this thing has like knock. Cool. We'll just go Altaria, Roost. We'll keep Natural Cure around a little bit longer. I don't see any harm in that. Just gonna Roost here. No reason at all not to click Roost again. This thing cannot threaten us in any meaningful way. Let's go Mola. Didn't catch me on the double Toxic. That's gotta hurt. I'll tech. We'll stall a little more PP on Leech Seed. That's fine. Roost again. Why not? Just stay healthy. Go Mola again. I guess, should we just go Heatran the next time? I'll Toxic. I'll throw off a Toxic here for sure. If you want to let me have this poison, this slow... Yeah, I figured you wouldn't, but would have been cool. Do we want Tusk to get knocked? That's an interesting question. Kind of. Honestly, that would sort of be good in this matchup. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get the Tusk knocked. Yeah, because if we can get rid of the whole hazard benefit they have, that'd be awesome. Sick. I'm totally down to lose that Choice Scarf because now we can Rapid Spin into Ice Spin or Elandris. Let's go Muck on this and get a knockoff. Beautiful. Yeah, something's going to lose the item here. Nothing wants to lose an item, but something will. We can go Heatran. I think that's fine. And then let's just... go Mola on this. I think looks fine. And then I'll just flip turn here. We can get a start to get some chip on the Pharaoh, which is cool. Oh, interesting. Slowbro. Didn't see that one coming, but we can go Muck here. Knock off more chip on Pharaoh. Sounds good to me. Yep, we go, we don't let you get a Leech Seed here. We go Rilla. Yep, we go Rilla on those. And, let's go Mola here as you go into Molt, probably. We could, like, just go for the, like, aggro superpower. Let's just do that. Okay, cool. Yeah, because we had Heal Bell in the back, so, like, if we're wrong, okay, sure, I'll fish again. I'll fish 100 more times. That's the benefit of these long games. When we face these balance versus balance matchups, thank you. That's nice. We got a compliment. When we have these, like, balance versus balance matchups, it's just so much in our favor. We can put Toxic everything with Mola at this point, which is great to see. Great to see. They're probably going to defog here, so I'll just go hard into Mola, and we can Toxic. Actually, if they defog, their rocks are gone forever, though, so maybe they won't be so keen on that idea. Yeah, there's really... I don't think I have anything now I played. I don't know what they're saying. Yeah, risking Diancie, like letting Diancie take a flip turn and then die to a Muck hit, not the play. So I agree. I think you did make some mistakes there. GG, we take those. Solid win. I like how, yeah, this team also does beat Shedinja Stall because we have Pursuit. I hate Shedinja so much. Least favorite thing ever. Unless it has like a speedy EQ Glide score, I guess is kind of rough. I don't know if Mega Dragonite's like broken or not. I don't have any strong opinion. It's like a special attacker though, so it's probably not that bad. That's my thought is it can't be that broken if it's a special attacker. Okay, we're facing this fella again. Did we learn any lessons last time about what we should or shouldn't do? Not really. I guess we would have been able to save a Pokemon had we Mega Evolved Altaria earlier. So maybe that's a lesson. I guess that's probably the lesson. I still like, well, do we want to lead with Muck again? The Zapdos might be defensive is another thing I think we potentially learned. Let's lead with Muck again. I think that's fine. Okay, they led with Treads this time, which is probably smart. Let's go just immediately into Tusk. Okay, no, I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. You surely go into a bird here. We can go muck. It's a little bit aggressive, but worst case scenario, we take an earthquake here and then we heal it up later. Which would be pretty bad, but not the end of the world. Let's go for that big fat knockoff. Poison would be epic if we could get that. If not, okay. Knockoff. Still no poison because it's our muck. And our muck does not really like doing that. We're probably getting poison like maybe 20% of the time when it's 30%. I guess that's not that bad. Yeah. Okay. Let's let's go into Tusk again. Let's rapid spin. Let's go into muck. It is static. We don't see pressure, so it is definitely static. And we can check based on that rapid spin and see that this is a defensive Zapdos, so that's good to know as well. Let's knock here. Same situation as last game we're in, basically. Muck is indeed AV, yes. We don't get... Let's P-Jab this time. I think we clicked knockoff last time, so I don't think they'll do the same thing this time. Muck, please, dude, come. Okay, finally, there we go. Yeah, that's good. If Muck didn't poison there after hitting this Mola 3 times, one of which was a P-Jab, dude, I don't even know what I'd do. At that point, I think you just got to put the Muck out to pasture. It's just not, it's not what it once was, you know. We probably go, okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let's go Mola here. Or actually, let me go Rilla. Yeah, because then we can go into Heatran with grassy terrain support, which is really looking so good here. Yeah, we're just going to go into Heatran here. Getting up our own rocks looks amazing. Discharge, please don't paralyze me immediately. And you paralyzed me immediately. Okay, we'll go for, we got to heal bell that off. I'll try to get up rocks, but yeah, we got to heal bell that off. Let's go Altaria here. Good opportunity to get this Mega Evolution going. Yep, there's the flip turn. If Treads comes in, we Mega Evolve and Flamethrower, then we heal bell. This Muck is made of water. He's got no toxins in his system, for real. Okay, there's the good Flamethrower. Decent damage. That para sucked, dude. I think we have to go for another... Well, no, let's heal bell here. Yeah. But then we've given up. We lost so much momentum in that horrific exchange. I'm angry at Muck. Let's go Heatran here. You surely don't stand, right? I don't know. Let's go Mola here. We can wish up the Muck. That's probably the best play. At least the Altaria Mega's active, but the immediate discharge power was pretty annoying. I will so gladly poison this in exchange for eating a discharge. I'll do like 85, but totally worth it. Unless we get like critical hit or full parrot into para. Please? Oh, beautiful. Oh, baby. That's what we like to see. That is exactly what we like to see. I can protect here. I'm not really afraid of any switch-ins. If you go Lopunny, well, let's check Lopunny against Altaria. I think Altaria tanks that. Yeah, we tank that. Yep, so let's just protect here. Okay, hardened to Lopunny, interesting. Let's go, yeah, let's just go Altaria. I'm surprised that they did. I guess I could have maybe gone hard Altaria last turn, would have been maybe a better play, but it's fine. We can just roost here. Oh, you have Axel. Okay, we die. That's really bad. That's not common, I don't think. Like, I know they do it, but that's not common. Yeah, Axel's on like 28%, so that's really not good. Okay, well, it is what it is. We got to play with those that situation. That's the hand that's been dealt. So let's wish. Something or other, thank you very much for the 50 gift memberships. That is extremely generous. Incredible stuff. Something or other is just insane. Thank you so much. Wow. So you guys can all spam Alo addict emojis now. Wish, probably we heal up the... Do we heal up the Muck or the Heatran? That is the question. Probably the Heatran. I think that's more offensively threatening. Please don't get discharge parried immediately again, Heatran. Good, good. That's what we like to see. Let's get up rocks here. Yep. Insane generosity, always from something or other. Just what an absolute mad lad. I like Rillaboom here because it blocks the treads from coming in and immediately doing its nasty business. We don't have Heal Bell anymore, so we've got to be a little bit more careful about what we let get statused. Oh, they're going for it. Crazy stuff. If they're going into it, let's superpower, I guess. I mean, no, let's Woodhammer. I don't understand why you're making this play, but actually, if they go into treads, no, they're probably. I think they're probably trying to pivot. Okay, never mind. They just said, I really want to spin. I'll let my treads die for it. Super happy to see that treads go down. Confused as all get out as to why they did that. Maybe they've got some vision to end this game quickly that I'm really not seeing, but that seems like a horrible play. They've just like totally conceded their entire hazard situation this game. So that's absolutely delightful. Overjoyed, truly, to see that go the way it did. Let's flip turn here. Yeah, wow. Super weird play by my opponent. Super, super weird. Jeez. Okay, Zapdos comes up. We don't get staticked, which is great to see. Let's go Heatran. Let's get those rocks up immediately. I mean, this is how you win games. This is how you do it. Hazards. Okay, they stay in. Please don't paralyze me. They don't. Can we hit a Magma Storm here? We know we cannot, and we get paralyzed. Dude, come on. Heatran, what are we doing, buddy? That is awful. I mean, I'm going to stay in a Magma Storm because I think they might try to roost here, and if they go Alo, we can actually outspeed. And yeah, we can kill you here. If we don't get parried here, we're in business. We just have to not... We do outspeed Alo. We just have to not get parried here. Please. Yes! Good stuff, Heatran. Now that kill, because if Alo was around, I would not be able to break with Muck. Now we can actually break with Muck, which is massive that we have that difference on our side now. Raging Bolt also looking like very feasible. I mean, excuse me, Rillaboom looking feasible here as a breaker. Now that the Mola is dead, it is not nearly as important to preserve this Heatran, so I'm just going to Earth Power and let it go. And we'll go into Tusk here, and I'll just click Headlong Rush. If Zapdos comes in, I think we just go Muck. Or probably Rillaboom is actually a little bit better. Okay. We could Rapid Spin here. Bit of a risk. If we... No, we don't Rapid Spin here. That's just a foolish play. Yeah, we can't. I don't think we can risk the static, but the Zapdos will die. Yeah, no, well, I think the best play is to rapid spin here and just hope we don't get static. Please, 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 come on, come on, come on. Yo, dude, you've paralyzed me enough. Why did it happen again? Okay, yeah, I don't know, guys. We've just been missing all the things. We've been getting all the secondary effects. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we'll go down here. Okay, they use the Z. They pop the Z. That's really good. So we can P-jab here. Muck needs to be the hero of this game. That's what we need. We need Muck to be the hero, and it needs to get a poison immediately. I think this game is in our favor. I think the odds are legitimately in our favor here, but Muck, you need to not throw. You need to not throw here, buddy. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm just asking for you to get the over 50% chance. We've gotten a lot of bad luck this game. A lot of discharges. Well, it hasn't been horrible luck, but it's been definitely out of our favor. I just need you to get a poison here, Muck. That's all I need from you. Muck, do it. Yes! Muck, that is exactly what we needed. Draco does not kill here. Yup. You do not kill with that move. You are dead, sir. You are dead. Yeah, we are absolutely never letting the Muck go down to this. The Slow King, if it does not kill us with a Sludge Bomb is the crucial information here. If it has like Flamethrower or something and we die to that, was there a way we could have won anyway? Is an interesting question. I think we wish here. Okay, Sludge Bomb, Future Sight. There's no way you're running an attack last, right? Let's hope. Yes! Sludge Bomb was its only attack. I had to skip it because I was too nervous. Okay, Muck lives that on 1% health because that's how Muck does. That's how Muck games. That's how Muck is. And now we are guaranteed to win. There's no way out of this one. We have, I mean, unless like the Lopunny critical hits like several close combats in a row, there's no way out of this. We click knock off, we flip, turn around, we knock off, eventually you die. Muck absolutely saving this end game after some unfortunate RNG. Muck did exactly what it needed to do. Poison here for the flex? No. Okay, well, all right. You're still good, Muck, but that was a little bit lame, not gonna lie. CC, does that critical hit have a chance to kill here? No, it does not. Beautiful. So we can wish. Protect, get nice and healthy here. Yep, something or other. Absolutely insane. Yeah, everybody say thank you, Muck, in chat for this performance. So Muck, so my back. Yeah. We'll flip turn here. Actually, we wish again, I think is just objectively the right play. Yeah. And now we can flip turn into the Muck. Future Sight, yeah, we're not so worried about that. Like actually low-key we kind of are. That's kind of not good. Okay, huge damage. That's good. Muck has a chance to die, which is tragic. Yeah, this actually just kind of sort of just got a little bit scary. How much can Rillaboom do with Glide to this Glow King? That is a 2-shot. So we just go Mola here, flip turn, and then Rilla can get the guaranteed win, I believe. That's the play. Because, yeah, Rilla, let me just double check this here. Yeah, glide, quick attack, does not kill. Yeah, and then we can 2-shot this. So, yeah, this is fine here. We flip turn, we sack, we go Rilla. We glide here. This will 2-shot the Glow King from this range. And it will kill the Lopunny. Oh my gosh, another 50. Oh, twice? Again? Oh my gosh, something or other, dude. Don't beggar yourself on my behalf, please. I don't want to see you on the streets. Oh my gosh, she's done it again. I better not throw this game. Because we have 200 gifted memberships. We're good. Muck has done it. Muck always wins these here. Something or other, you're absolutely insane. Thank you so much. I think that these are more donations than we have people in chat. Yeah, there aren't too, like, we don't have, what's going to happen to these memberships? What's going to happen to the memberships? There's Muck, by the way, guys. 8-2. And honestly, as I said, those 2 losses, those were misplays on my part. Muck absolutely freaking saved this game. I think this team's good. Honestly, I like it. It was good to use. It felt really solid. The breaking core was pretty good. I think the I'll say the breaking core was, I guess, maybe not quite as reliable as I would have liked. It was not bad. It was pretty good. It was pretty, like, it got the job done in all the games we had. Well, honestly, am I maybe complaining about nothing? I think I'm complaining about nothing because I'm used to teams that, like, destroy any defensive core in, like, a totally dominant fashion because I hate stall. But realistically, CB, Rilla, Fire EMZ, Heatran, like, that's solid enough. And, like, the Muck has been great. Like, it's been so bulky. It's been poisoning stuff. And it's even better. Here's the crazy thing. Muck was not a fortunate fella this stream. It was not getting poisons. Its Pursuit, I think, like, never poisoned anything as far as I know. And we hit, like, 6 things with Pursuit. Normally, like, in a statistically normal situation, Muck would have performed even better than this, which is what's wild. So I think Muck is absolutely viable in Nat decks. I don't think it's just viable on Rillaboom teams either. If you have good removal, I will say Muck definitely does need good removal, which is kind of weird because we don't really have that here. But I guess maybe it doesn't need good removal. If you have a Mola, I think people should run Alolan Muck more often. I legitimately think it's like a serious threat. Absorbing T-Spikes is super nice. Poisoning a bunch of stuff is super nice, and it walls like crazy. Like, it can just switch in on so many Pokemon. Yeah, you're all getting memberships from something or other. I'm gonna wait till I stop seeing the gifted memberships because everybody in chat. I mean, I don't know I don't want the gifted memberships to just, like, go off into the ether. Is my concern. Guys, everyone in chat, make sure you have, like, turn on accept gifts so that way you can get the membership. What will the next stream be about? Probably Kyurem. I'm thinking in OU just doing CB, Rillaboom plus Sub-Terra Ground Kyurem. Not a particularly creative idea, but it just sounds broken, and I feel like I want to build that. Yeah, I'm hesitant to end stream because I'm like, I want to make sure the memberships don't just, like, evaporate, but that's so weird. Yeah, Tapu matchup is very nice. I mean, it's good into basically every Tapu. Yeah, I mean this muck was just clutch. Like this muck was consistently putting in the work. And we didn't even face, like, I feel like a lot of good muck matchups. Like, we didn't face, like, we faced, like, one Lele, which, unfortunately, muck, we kind of got Nidokinged on, which destroys this. Nidoking destroys this team, but, you know, happens. We have them on. Yeah, I don't know why you guys aren't getting gifted memberships. This is weird to me. That's odd. But I don't see any more gifts appearing in chat, so I'm guessing it's probably winding down anyway. So I don't think there will be another muck. I don't think there'll be a muck part 2, because I kind of feel like we saw everything it could do, and I think this team's honestly pretty good. I don't really see it getting much better than this. We have a good breaking core, we have hazards, we have removal, we have speed control. We have a pretty consistent defensive core, we have priority. Everything a team really wants is here, and I think this is just a really solid squad that I would feel comfortable bringing to like a Natdex tour game. Yeah, something or other's insane generosity is why there are so many gifted members. So yeah, thank you so much to something or other. Insane stuff. Lele is always common. Yeah, it's a very good Pokemon. Let's see, it is at like 10% usage, which is really, really high. Yeah, Nidoking is on my list. Yeah, something or other did 450 gifted memberships, so 200 total. Insane stuff. Yeah, I guess there's not much more to say then. I'll put the team, as always, will be in the description. I'll add that in just a second. It looks good. Seems like a really solid squad. Won't do a part 2 because I just think the muck's good. I think this set's good. The team's good. Probably some micro adjustments can be made. Like Rock Slide didn't do a whole lot for us. I still think it's worth having because Volcarona is kind of dicey here. Zardwai, potentially a little bit scary as well if Altaria gets chipped. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys very much for attending. I had a great time, and I will try to time this right. We'll end this in